Konnichiwa YouTube. I'm back. It feels like it's been months, but it's only been 3 weeks. So, what are those 3 words again?
Here we go!
So guys, if you don't know where I've been for the last 3 weeks, I have been on my travels in Japan. And first of all, before I get into it, I kind of say that I've had several new subscribers since taking a break. Should obviously take breaks more often. So welcome to my channel. Thank you for subscribing. It does mean a lot. So, Japan, yes. My main reason for going to Japan, to Tokyo with my friends, was to go to Tokyo Game Show. And Tokyo Game Show was probably my least favourite part of the holiday. It's a great event, but there were just so many people there. It was a bit stressful at times. Don't get me wrong, it was great seeing like the new games preview there, and I do have some footage which I will show in my Japan vlog when I get that sorted. But for me, I didn't have any pickups in the game show itself because the queues were just so long. There's so many people in Tokyo, you would not, well, actually you probably would believe, you've probably seen it on TV and the news, whatever. Tokyo Station was pretty packed enough. If you turned your head for 1 second, you could lose your group of friends you were with. There was that many people going past. It was like, ugh. Yeah, so Tokyo Game Show. Pretty cool. Just, I prefer like the Play Expos we have over here or the Comic Cons. I'm more of a Comic Con kind of guy. But no, some great experiences there though. I will give you that much. Huge show. Not the biggest I've ever been to. One of the biggest. Yeah, so besides Tokyo Game Show, we went to see Mount Fuji, not climb it obviously. Sumo wrestling tournament. Now that was something, I've got plenty of footage of that to show you guys. I didn't think I'd be into sumo matches so much, but when you're actually in a proper arena there and you see it happen in front of you, it's something else. It is something else. Some of those matches are awesome. There was one like they started off fighting, pushing each other, and this guy had pushed the guy right to the edge of the ring. I thought, oh, this is an easy one, he's out. And then he just seemed to turn into a statue. He like put the brakes on, grabbed the guy pushing him by his tights, hurled him up, swung him around, just tossed him out the ring. I was like, best match ever. I've never seen anyone being able to just put the brakes on and become like an immovable object. That was awesome. Yeah, so we did a lot of sightseeing. We went to a lot of shrines. We went to Kyoto for 5 days as well. Saw some monkeys on top of a mountain. I think the Macau monkeys, if that's what they're called. But yeah, awesome over there. Really enjoyed it because it's not just the sightseeing over there, obviously, it's the merchandise as well. And I love my Japanese merchandise. And I have picked up quite a few things here, which I'm going to show you guys in a minute. But my impressions of Japan, I want to say, before I went over, I was a bit unsure whether I'd enjoy it as much because of the kind of food I eat. And the language, would I have trouble, getting around. But actually, the food over there is pretty darn nice. Once you learn what to do with all the different sauces and how to use chopsticks. Man, it took me a while, but I got there. I did get there. Lovely people. Very friendly people. I'd go back, definitely. Clean place as well. The streets, hardly any litter over there. So, of course, as we know, Japan is the home of anime and manga. So if you're an anime and manga fan, even a video game fan, then the place you want to go to in Tokyo is Akihabara. Man, that place has everything. So many shops there sell like your anime statues, your video games, other anime merchandise, art books, manga. There's a shop called Super Potato that sells retro video games. For all your retro goodness, that is all you need, that shop. It's amazing. I haven't picked up too many video games over there, but I have picked up two. yeah, should we get into the pickups? Let's get into the pickups. Okay, first of all though, I want to show you this. It's obviously my best pickup ever. It is a Japanese Barbie called a Lika doll apparently. No, this is not for me, but my best friend Louise wanted one, so I've picked this up for her. And I'm going to give it to her in a few days' time, so I've told her not to watch this video yet, because she will spoil the surprise. So there you go, guys. That's a Japanese Barbie if you want a Japanese Barbie. Right. Okay, so the two video games I did pick up is Dragon Quest 1.2. I don't know if that means 1 and 2, or if it's just 1.2. Back in Play Blackpool, not this year, last year, I picked up Dragon Quest V, the Japanese version. So when I saw this end box, I thought, I complete. But yeah, I'm gonna grab this. So there you go, that is my first pickup. And Dragon Quest is really popular in Japan. They've recently had Dragon Quest 11, I think it is, released. And every video game shop you go into, the trailer is playing on a screen and you can hear the music, and we saw it so many times I got a bit sick and tired of it in the end, to be honest. But no, the Japanese love the Dragon Quest. And this is a Dragon Quest beer mat I got at the Square Enix Cafe, which we'll talk about in a minute as well, because that was pretty awesome. I'm trying to think of everything I did. I know I should have made a list and stuck it by here to talk about. Yeah, so there you go. Very happy with that. Mint condition as well. Just got to get the language translator pack now to use on the Retron 5 in order to play it. I also picked up the only ever video game, Dragon Quest 6. So you can see my pattern here, what I'm going for. Of course, I recognise some of these characters because I've played Dragon Quest Heroes, and I know that guy is featured in it at the back there. So yeah, so far so good. I did see Dragon Quest 3, but it was cart only, and after getting like the completed box editions, I thought, nah, I want the boxes. So I left that. What else can I show you guys before we move on? Right. Did pick up some figures over there to go into my glass display cabinet. First one I picked up was Ash Ketchum with Pikachu. And in this one, he has got replaceable arms. Yeah, I don't know if you can see in the corner down there. So you can change his hands, you can change like face expressions. So that's pretty cool, because I've never had like a figure where you can like change stuff before, so that's awesome. And to go along with Ash, because these figures were actually displayed in one of the cabinets, and I thought, that looks pretty darn awesome, darn awesome. One's like, darn, man. So I picked up Team Rocket with Meowth as well. And these guys have got faces you can change to on the back. So see that picture by there? That's when like they're blasting off again, when they've been defeated. So I thought, yeah, that's got to go into the display cabinet. That has, definitely. So there you go, bought those. And then I picked up some Figmas, they're called. So these are basically all like anime characters or video game characters, and the first one I've got is Link from The Legend of Zelda. Not quite sure what game this is. Oh, there you go. Is that Link Between Worlds? Is that the portrait one? Possibly. Yeah. So that's another one to go into the glass display cabinet. Look at all the prices there. 4,180, eh? Yeah, these are quite expensive. But I was only in Japan like once, I might never go there again. I think I want to go there again. So I thought, sod it, I'm on holiday, I'm going to go a bit mental. Needless to say, I didn't come back with much money. I kind of decided, the last day we had, I just went all out and bought a few extra things. The next Figma figure is actually Phoenix Wright from the Ace Attorney series. I saw that and thought, yeah, gotta have him. I love these games on the DS. I haven't finished them all. I've finished most of the ones with this guy in it, but I haven't done like the Apollo Justice series, and it's got on the shelf, so I really should get back into it. But I was sorting my shelf out yesterday, and I've actually got a shelf now dedicated to all the games I have to play. It's never gonna happen. Never gonna happen. Unless I win a lottery and retire for life now just playing video games. And the last pick is actually not from a video game. Well, actually, no, it is a video game, but it's an anime, Attack on Titan, and it is the main character, Eren Yeager. Sorry for the sun glare and stuff there. This guy's obviously been repackaged. But yeah, he's got different facial expressions as well, and his jet boosters. If you haven't seen Attack on Titan, great anime. And you know what? Not a bad video game either, really good. I had a limited edition of that, which looks like a cereal box. I showed in a video last year, I think it was. So they are my figures. Right. Let's move on to... Hang on 1 second. Let's talk about the Square Enix Cafe. So we went to Square Enix headquarters just to go to the cafe underneath it, or beside it. That place was pretty cool, full of Dragon Quest again, and Final Fantasy also, and Kingdom Hearts. And like merchandise all on the walls, plushies, key rings, figures, everything you can think of really. And they had a room then in the back which was showing off Final Fantasy figures, and they had like the materia thing from Final Fantasy 7 in the middle of the cafe, like in the middle of the room of the back cafe. You had a huge crystal and like there's materia at the bottom from like Final Fantasy 7. It looked absolutely amazing. So I did get some pickups in the Square Enix Cafe. These are as follows. First one is a little Heartless figure from Kingdom Hearts. Huge fan of the Kingdom Hearts series. Cannot wait for the third one to come out. Please be good. It should be. I think it will be awesome. There you go. Little Heartless there. So I should put him down somewhere safe because I don't want to break these things obviously. After getting them back from Japan, so safe. And then this little guy, I think if you've played Final Fantasy, everyone will recognise him. Yep, it's a little cactuar. This is actually from World of Final Fantasy. It's like the 30th anniversary over there at the moment, so this was packaged as part of the 30th anniversary. Yeah, so we some kind of station guard thing, I think. I think this is one of the video games I'm going to play next because it's on my shelf, but I have not played it. So I'm going to finish off Yakuza 0 first. And why am I playing that? Because it's set in Japan. So obviously now I've been to Japan, I recognise a lot more of the items in the shops and stuff like that, and the culture. I get it a lot more, so I'm like, yeah. Right, so there's my Heartless and Cactuar. My Heartless Cactuar. Now this little guy, don't know if you can see it so properly. There you go. This is a liquid slime. Now I was going to say liquid metal slime, but then some Dragon Quest fans might be thinking that's not a metal slime. Because in the game you get different species of slimes. You get like liquid slimes, you get the blue slimes, the orange slimes, and then you get the silver slimes called metal slimes. But this is actually a metal liquid slime. It's made out of metal. And they had plenty of the monster characters over there, all metal, and I thought that was really awesome to have. I wish I picked up a few more now, but again, there was expense, and it was still early on in the holiday before Tokyo Game Show, and I was like, I'm probably going to spend loads of it, so I won't spend too much here. Well, didn't spend anything at Tokyo Game Show, did I? Got a bunch of freebies. Yeah. Also at the Square Enix Cafe. I used to call it Square Enix. Take your pick, I guess, right? But okay, Enix. Final Fantasy 7 official album. Of course, all in Japanese, but that's fine. Because this is pretty cool. Let's have a look at the artwork inside, actually. Some pretty cool artwork. There you go. You've got, like, Cloud and Aerith. Is it Aerith or Ares? I know, like, in one country it's this, one country it's that. Yeah. I was listening to this soundtrack the other day as I was sorting my room out. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Right then. Talking about cafes, we also went to the Capcom Cafe. I didn't buy anything there, but they had loads of cool things on display. And the meals they do there, they were set out, like they were themed. So you had like a Resident Evil theme, you had like you had an Ace Attorney theme, which is the one I went for because it was a pizza, and I was missing my traditional British food. It's not traditional, is it? You know what I mean? My British food. The Resident Evil Biohazard, I think, was the theme. There's a Devil May Cry one as well. My friend ordered a dessert, and it was a brain, and it came on a plate. It's just like a brown like pudding with like red sauce on as well. And then the guy handed him like this little scalpel, like this little knife, and he said something like, "Oh, please cut it or go on do the surgery." And all he had to do was just stick it in, and then it was like, "The hell's going on?" But yeah, that was pretty cool, man. If you're friends with me on Facebook, you could see that photo in my album. Right, so yeah, Square Enix Cafe, Capcom Cafe, Studio Ghibli Museum. Why the hell not? So, Studio Ghibli, obviously a very popular anime company. They've done loads of classic films, and they're so popular that, in fact, yes, they do have their own museum. We went there; it was amazing. You couldn't take any footage or photos inside, unfortunately. I took photos of the outside though. But yeah, inside they had all like original artwork and sketches and plans from the films. We went to see a small showing of a small feature Studio Ghibli film, which didn't have English subtitles, so I was very confused. I did follow it though, you know, just by watching the pictures, and it's like, oh, okay, that's going on, that's going on. But still, sometimes you're like, Anyway, I got one pickup from there, and that is My Neighbor Totoro, and this is a calendar date changer thing. So obviously, this is Totoro. I don't know if I'm saying that right, so please forgive me if I'm not. I haven't changed it actually. It says Thursday the 5th of October. That's when I came back. It's now the 8th of October, Sunday, so I'll change that in a minute. So yeah, these dice come out. You can rotate them to the required date, which is basically self-explanatory at this point, so I don't know why I'm telling you that. But I thought that was pretty cool to have. They had another one from Spirited Away. There's like a black spirity thing on there. But yeah, so I picked that up. Very happy. Put him somewhere safe as well. Right, where are we now over here? Let's go with this one. Right, so I did get something from Super Potato, not just the video games, even though one of those video games, Dragon Quest 1.2, I think I got in Kyoto. Anyway, doesn't matter. I did pick up some Mario playing cards, and if you see on the back, there's not too much glare. They have scenes from the different levels there. So I thought, yeah, that's pretty cool. I've got quite a few different collectible player cards around somewhere. Might have to do a video on them one day. But I thought, oh, that's pretty sweet to have. So yeah, here you go, Mario playing cards. Now let's get into the anime side of things. The mates I went with, they're into the modern anime, which I am too. I wish I had more time to watch more anime. It's really annoying. But I'm also into my retro anime. As you know, if you watch this channel often, I'm a fan of Marine Boy from the 60s. And I made it a mission over there to find some Marine Boy merchandise. Now, unfortunately, Marine Boy was not that popular in Japan, apparently. It's more popular in Australia, the US, and the UK, because it was like the first colour anime ever broadcast in those countries. But there's a model from the show called the P1, and I made it my mission to track that down. So we went to some shops that sell all your retro goodness. I found every other old 60s anime you could think of, but could I find anything Marine Boy related? No. Well, not at first. And I went to the main complex, I couldn't find anything near. Nakano is called. Nakano is an awesome place. If you like your retro stuff, go there. Anyway, I did pick up this anime card. I don't know how well that's going to come up on camera because this is a 3D card. This is from an anime called Prince Planet, which is a Japanese DVD that I don't have yet, but I plan on changing that in the next week. So I bought that in one of the shops, picked that up, thought it was pretty cool and made a have. Right. Let's stick with that. So then, picked up this. This is an anime called Super Jetta, of which I do have the Japanese DVD right by there. So I had that before I went to Japan. So when I recognized that, I thought, oh, I've got the DVD. The DVD is all in Japanese, so I don't know a lot about it. I have read up on this. So I thought, oh, I can't find Marine Boy model kit. I'll just buy this one. And I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. And it's one of those classic old, if I can get this out, old kits where you have to put it all together yourself. So I'm like, ah, because I've never been that good at DIY and doing it yourself kind of things. Like when I was a kid, it was always, Dad, can you help me do this? Dad, can you do that for me? Dad, can you put this together for me? I've always been terrible at it. But that being said, I'm going to find some time. I'm going to sit down, I'm going to study everything properly, and I'm going to put these kits together myself. I say kits because... Well, I'll put that back on in a minute. It's all over the place. Eventually, I did track down the Marine Boy P1 submarine ship. There you go, that's the box there. That's what the P1 is. But this is the mini version. I mean, there is a larger version, but I was just happy to find this. This was found in a shop called... Oh my gosh. Juria Ya? Something like that. It's a short walk from Koenji Station. It's under the railway tracks. If unless you look closer, you don't know it's there. So it's away from the main Nakano complex. It's only like a station ride or two away actually from there. So you can walk in like 20 odd minutes, which is what we did. But the reason I knew about the shop, I'm an admin on the Marine Boy fan film Facebook page, and a guy on there told me about the shop, and this was the last place he actually saw the P1. So I followed his instructions, I went there, and yeah, it was there. And again, this is another put them together yourself thing. But this one's not so bad, because you've got the main base made already. There you go. So how cool is that? Yeah, so the man in question who told me about that, his name is John Patson. So thank you very much, sir. I appreciate that to no end. Okay. Right then. Actually, I'll show these first. Got two Blu-rays. This is I think it's 60s, maybe, no, yeah, 68, 1968 it says on the back. This is a sci-fi series called, to us, it's called Lightspeed Esper. To the Japanese, I think it's called Kuzuku Esper, if I remember that right. This is something I found on the internet many years ago, and I thought it was interesting. I love my 60s stuff. I don't know why, but the late 60s, like the anime, the Batman series, I'm into that stuff. So I found these in a shop. Now, originally, I did have a copy of this, but in fairness, it wasn't available at the time, so it was fine, it was fair. So yeah, it was quite cool to have this on Blu-ray. It doesn't have English subtitles, but it does play on PS4, UK PS4, which is pretty cool with Japanese stuff. Even these DVDs I've got, they all play on PlayStation 4. Yeah, that's a sci-fi series about, like, I think it's about a boy who gets recruited by the government, gets given like a jetpack and suit in order to go and fight aliens. Pretty sci-fi, pretty cool. Right then, the next few pickups from that shop, Juria Ya. Sorry, I really can't remember. Oh, the guy there though, really nice. I'll tell you why now. Because I bought several things, including these books, Super Jetta. So yeah, 2 Super Jetta books. A Prince Planet book, and a Rainbow Sentai Robin book. These are all anime from the 60s again. That is the Rainbow Sentai Robin Japanese DVD set there, which I have already bought previously. And that is the Marine Boy one. But how colourful and awesome do these look? They're pretty cool. Now, when I bought these books together with the P1, I did not realise that these books weren't just books, but if I can get this one out without breaking anything. they're actually records as well. And I think these are audiobooks that play the story. So that is pretty darn awesome. Even though I can't understand Japanese, that is awesome to have in your collection. Yeah, so just quick preview of some of the scenes there. So yeah, so that was a nice surprise, and because I bought those together with the P1, it would have come to like 18,000 odd, because these are like really very hard to find. But the guy did give me a discount, and he said, because you're buying them as a group, you're buying a group of things, I'll give you a discount. We call it 15,000. So I was like, still a lot of money, but well over the moon of that. Very nice guy. So if you ever want to go to Japan and you want collectibles like that, Godzilla, old action figures from the 60s, 70s, 80s, whatever, gotta go to that guy's store. Contact me and I'll tell you the address and everything. Okay, so my last two pickups. But, oh, actually, speaking of these books by here, when I got back from Japan, only like yesterday actually, I didn't get back yesterday, but I mean, the guy who told me about that shop, John Patson, he contacted me again yesterday to tell me there was a Marine Boy book in stock. Same thing with an LP disc. And I was like, what? Apparently it was a shop in Osaka, I think. And he told me about it, I ordered it. And I didn't realise there were any Marine Boy audiobooks like that. So I've got that now coming on the way to me. I paid for that this morning. I can't wait for my bank balance to go back up, because there's a lot more collectibles I want from the shops. And now I've found a way to do it easier. Anyway, so my last two pickups are proper records. So once again, Rainbow Sentai Robin. And originally I thought this was music from the show, and it still might be. However, there's a picture inside here which matches that, and this says volume number 1. I think what this might be, this record, is an like audiobook of all the books, a collection, because it says by here volume 1, and you go, there's the back. But then also in the same shop I found volume 5. So I got a feeling it's like the audiobook of like all the episodes. Because our Super Jet book is actually the story of the first episode, because I recognised it, because I've had a quick look at it. So, just guessing, I think you've got your episodes, your book, audio book of the episodes, and then the collection on the LP, which has probably got the theme songs to the show as well. If you want to check any of those intros to those animes, by the way, they're in my cartoon and animes playlist. And that, guys, is all my pickups. I did have a few more for family and friends, just like little key rings and stuff. But yeah, right, I've got to go and display those figures now. I've got to do this, I've got to do that. Got to buy a lot more once I get paid again. So, thank you for watching, guys. Oh, nearly 3 minutes, bloody hell. Didn't realize this video was so long. I'm glad to be back on YouTube. Thank you for watching. Sayonara. See you next time.